Oh, I don't hear anything at all. It just shows like the icons when you're talking, but I can't hear any talking. Oh wait, I hear the music. Okay, it's playing through my speakers. That's why I couldn't hear it. I forgot that I'm on my laptop, so it's playing through the actual speakers on my computer. So yeah.
No surprise. Come and listen to the topics busted. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Check our night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy be. What they say, live and level, live and level. We on that MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level. What's up, what's up, what's up? We're in the building. We're on the internet. What's up, people? What's you doing? What's good? Welcome back to another Live and Level Gamers podcast. We are here. We are excited. We ready to go. We ready to make it happen. I don't know what to push on here. All kind of craziness. Anyway, let me stop. What's up, people? what's good, man?
What's going on with you, bro? What's going on?
Nothing much. What's up, Keith?
Nothing much.
I'm on my K-Bum mode right now. I'm eating ice cream, smacking, and I told D2K, I said, man, I'm on my K-Bum right now. He said, I can hear you on that smacking. But welcome back, man. This is our second consistent show in 2 weeks. COVID-19 hasn't stopped us from this time, so. But we got a lot of topics set up for you, you guys this afternoon or this evening. But anybody got anything they want to say? Any movies, anything special, or do you just want to go straight into what we've been on, the game and what we've been gaming on?
Movies? Yeah, that John Henry is trash. That movie's trash. Don't waste your time,
bro. I when you put it in the Hangout. Dude, all I could do is echo your sentiments, man. I couldn't believe they actually uploaded that to Netflix.
I can't believe they was going to charge for that.
They was going to charge for that?
I believe they was going to charge. I think they was coming to the theater.
Bro, that budget looked like it might have been maybe $30,000 at the most. Like, that was some straight up cats in the neighborhood with their cell phones and telling people say this and like the acting was like, dude, this might hurt his career, bro. That might hurt him. Him and Luda. Luda couldn't even say that movie.
I didn't get that far.
That's messed up. That's messed up, Keith. I finished it, but I'll be honest, I missed like several parts. I did fall asleep several times, so K-Bum, I was being authentic to who I am. I fell asleep several times.
Back on that stuff.
So what's been good with you, man? How you feeling, K-Bub? It's been a minute, bro.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I know a lot of people. I've been gone for a little minute. A lot of people didn't know I had some dental surgery a couple of weeks back, about two weeks back, and I couldn't talk, so I had to take the last podcast off. But
the wife
feeling
felt good. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm stopping.
It's all good.
No. Let me stop because I know I'm setting myself up for hurt. Go ahead, man. I apologize.
That heat gonna come back. No, but no, I had some dental surgery, man. So I took some time off, man. Take some time off from work. Trying to heal up, man. It wasn't no joke, man. They can only do half of my mouth. I gotta do the other half at the end of this month, and it sucks.
Was it wisdom tooth or something like that?
Nah, bro. It's my gums. I had to do surgery. Actually, surgery on my gums, man, and had to tear them and sew them back up and put stitches all in my mouth. And
were you awake for all that?
You say what? Yeah, bro. Yeah, they just shot the needle in my mouth to numb me, and then just went to work.
They would have had to strap me down because I would have ran at the sight of any type of needle. So
yeah, no, bro. I closed my eyes, bro. I didn't look at. I don't know what that needle looked like. I did not look at it.
It's kind of funny where I've only been to the dentist a couple of times, but I remember what Bill Cosby was talking about when he goes to the dentist and how the dentist put the needle in there and just leave it in there.
Bill Cosby himself. You talking about Bill Cosby himself?
Yep. He was not lying about that. He'd be like
they start talking.
Okay, you put the needle out of there, and they do start talking to you.
So how you been all week? You like, I can't even talk to you, bro. Like,
what you want me to say, bro? I'm struggling.
That's what's up. Well, I end up going back to work full time this week, man. It's been a struggle, bro. Keep your boy in your prayers, man. I've been hurt. I was at work just depressed, like, man, y'all gave me a month and a half off. How y'all gonna bring me back like this? Y'all should have kind of warmed us up to this, but yeah, I'm back at work full time. I've been back at work full time since Monday, and boy, was hurting, man. It's been a struggle, but I'm thankful I got a job, so I can't complain. I had a good long vacation, so I can't get mad, but I ain't gonna tell you I was salty when they told me Everett come back in Monday. I was like, what? Like, what you mean? So I said my name. Y'all don't remember that. But anyway,
I caught it.
I know. I was like, I did not just say that online. But
anyway, try to walk right past it.
I was gonna walk past it. But anyway, so let's get into this next part. Let me get my stuff loaded up. Y'all know where we finna go. So get your thoughts ready. But yeah, y'all, we are back. We're trying to do this. We're gonna see who jump in to this live chat. If you're in the live chat, let us know you're in there, and then we will get you a shout out. You know how we do. So let me find this real quick. It might take a little bit. It's been so long, and I haven't uploaded this, and it wasn't uploaded. But let's go. So yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right, what you been gaming on? Welcome to the show, LT 1984. Now you gotta let me know why you got 84, and that might be one of your things. Welcome to the show. So I guess I would go with, since K-Bum been off the longest, what you been gaming on, bro?
Oh, okay. Shoot. All right, let's hop right into this thing then. So I've been gaming. I've been trying to switch up a little bit. what I've been gaming on. So I finally finished the um Hellblade. Yeah, Hellblade. Yeah, as soon as Sacrifice, and it
wasn't your cup of tea. Go on, say it.
So it's not.
You didn't like it, man. Just go and say it.
No, I think I have to put some justification about just saying me not liking it. So it's not a typical type of action type of game. Mm-hmm. It is more cerebral. It is more it is heavily story based, which I like story based, but it is very heavily story based. But I don't know, some of the puzzle solving pieces, I just I think that was the problem. It was too much of the puzzle solving stuff and not enough action. And I think that's kind of my biggest draw on this one, that it wasn't action-packed, action-filled game. There was a lot of puzzle solving. Knowing that this game is used for other reasons, for
mental issues.
Yeah, mental issues and stuff like that. So I understand why it wasn't action. Actually, the fighting in it, combat system is actually pretty cool. I like the combat system. It just wasn't enough of it. It was, you spend most of the time, just walking around the environment, solving stuff and stuff like that. It wasn't my cup of tea. I did play it to the end. I did finish it. I just thought it was going to be better than what it was. I thought the story itself was going to be better than what it was. It just, I don't know. The game got such high hopes. High marks. So I was expecting a little bit more from it.
What system did you play it on?
Not the Switch. The PS4.
Now listen,
play on the PS4.
I'll give you that. I'll let you have that one.
Why don't you even ask me?
Hold on. Let me give you a kudos on that. That was a good one. All right, you slipped that in real good.
Hey, he back.
Yeah,
he back.
Go ahead. I'm like, what? So, I thought you was gonna say, please, not the Switch. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Not the Switch, bro. No, it's a beautiful game though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Graphically, it's beautiful. Like, I can see the transition between what this game was and what Xbox showed. I can believe that being true. The videos that we saw of Hellblade on the Xbox Series X, because this game, done by a very small studio, graphically looks really, really, really good. Not gonna front, it really does. And so that's why I wouldn't want to play it on the Switch, because I wouldn't want to sacrifice some of the graphics, because that was some of the piece of it. Yeah, the appeal of it was the graphics. So I played it on the PS4 Pro, which probably isn't too much different than the regular PS4, but that's what I got. So it looked good. I played it. I mean, it was, I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to like it more than when I ended up liking it. That's kind of how it ended up being. So I played that, finished that, and I've been playing. I put away. Madden's been gone for a while, so I haven't really played that. 2K is about to be put in the back burner as well. I picked up Overwatch and started playing that again, and I'm actually going to get into my my single player mode because I believe Last of Us comes out in June. July, Ghost of Tsushima comes out. I'm probably saying that wrong. Tsushima comes out.
That's why we got D2K anyway.
Yep, exactly. And then in September, Cyberpunk comes out. So I won't be on my single player.
Trash. Cyberpunk is trash, man. Stop, man. What else coming out?
All right, I'm gonna need you to chill.
Yeah,
Cyberpunk. I need you to chill on the Cyberpunk.
Made by some of the best RPG
trash, man.
Developers out there. CD Red.
Hey, he gonna be on it.
He tripping. But yeah. So I picked up my single player. I'm on my single player mode now, and so I picked up Assassin's Creed Origins, and I've been playing that for a while now. Putting in a good amount of time in it. And I'm very close to the ending of the base game, and it's not bad. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since 2 actually. That was the last time I played Assassin's Creed. Was the second one because it was boring as crap. And I'm happy I took the time off because they really refined some of the system. They copied a lot from The Witcher. They copied a lot from other RPGs and really made this a real open world RPG game instead of the other methods they made Assassin's Creed. So I've actually been enjoying this Assassin's Creed. No lie. Okay. I've been enjoying it. It's a fine game. The storyline is sideways trash, but it's not a great storyline. I usually listen to all cutscenes. I'm skipping cutscenes. I just want to get to the fighting. The combat system I really like. I like sneaking around. I think I may have played on too easy of a mode because now I don't even hide anymore. I walk right into the forts and be like, "What's up? What y'all want to do?" Instead of now, just sneaking
Odyssey,
around.
Right? This Odyssey, not Origins.
Yeah, that's Odyssey. No, Origins. Origins.
Also,
Origins.
I had a problem with Origins combat system. Like
I liked it. I found the weapon that works, and that was the thing.
Okay.
I found the weapon that works, and I found out how to work with it, and I can just demolish cats now, even people higher levels than me, just because I found a good system to beat them. So
okay.
So I'm just the story mode is I'm just trying to get to the game, get to the end of it. It's a beautiful take on Egypt. That's the main reason I wanted to play the game because I went to Egypt last year. I'm kind of boasting, but I went to Egypt last year, and so I wanted to actually this year, my fault, this year, and I wanted to try the game because so I've been to some of the temples and stuff like that, and so I kind of got into the mythos of the Egyptian society and how it was beforehand. So I wanted to play the game to kind of see how close it related, how close they can get to what I had learned from my times. So
was it? I mean, how close was it?
It's good, man. They did a great job. Like the temples and stuff like that, and their recreations, they did an excellent job. The story, yeah, on the story. But other than that, man, I thought they did like the way it looks, the way the people, the way the scenery looks, like the actual feel of the towns and stuff like that is actually really good, and the way that it looks, it's a huge map.
Fake Egypt. Welcome to the you read that, K-Ball? Cowboys
Fake Egypt.
fan.
I mean, it's not a 100% representation of Egypt. It's not. There are some liberties taken in it, but
y'all better sign Dak. That's all I know. Y'all better give that man his money. Give Dak his money. Y'all, go ahead. Don't mess with
you talking about Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some liberties taken in it, but for what I've saw, from what I've seen, I thought it did a good job.
I got a question. And this question will help me pick it back up. Can you climb a pyramid?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'll play it again.
See, I haven't even got to the pyramid part. I got so tired of it. I didn't get that far yet.
Yeah, that was mad dope climbing this pyramid, man. That was pretty fun.
So you on the Giza? You on the Giza plateau?
Yeah. I went to Giza. The other part is a DLC where I was at Luxor. I was also at Luxor when I was in Egypt. But that part is a DLC.
You gonna make me play this game? Pick this game back. I got it up there.
I enjoyed it, man. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm enjoying it. Like I look forward to picking back up and playing it. So to me, that means I enjoy a game.
I didn't make it to none of the pyramids. I mean, I was enjoying it until I got lost and didn't know how to get back to. I'm just being honest. I was chasing down this dude to kill him, and he took me on a good long chase, and I got into an area where I didn't have the my character wasn't built up to handle the dudes I was fighting.
And they tore you up.
They was killing me, man. I couldn't figure out where I needed to go back to, and I kind of just put it down for a while. And when I picked it back up, I was totally lost. So I might need to go back and pick it up.
They do a good job of just following the main story, and you only really need to do the side missions just to get your level up. So I like that piece. You know,
that happened to me. What happened to me? I was walking somewhere on the game, and I walked and saw these dudes over like a little cliff. I just peeked over, and they got the little stats above their heads, and they had question marks, and I was like, "Now." I just turned around and got back on the horse.
I was trying to save this dude out of this little camp. They had him they had him caged up in this little encampment outside the city, and I had to go save him. And I went over and I got him out. But then one of the dudes was running off. I was like, "Nah, you ain't getting away." So I jumped on my horse. I'm chasing him down, and he gone, and I got him. And then once I free, I was like, "Where the heck?" I chased him for a good minute, playing around and just clowning with him. I could have been killed him and got lost. And this dude came out, and like you said, Keith, he had so many. He had a question mark and like a skull or something. So
that means he's 2 levels higher.
Yeah, so I went up. I'm like, I could kill him. I could probably kill him. No, man, I got demolished. I was like, well, let me get up out of here, and didn't know where to go. So I kept going into worse territory. Like, all these dudes too powerful for me. So I put it down. But go ahead though, K-Bum. We uncut into you.
No, that's it. I'm wrap it up. I've gone a little long, so I'm gonna wrap it up. No, it's a pretty good game. I'm enjoying it. I'm almost done. Assassin's Creed always has that sci-fi crap in it.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
And it's like, what this God complex that they have in their games, and I'm like, what is going on? I don't really just put me back in Egypt. Let me do those things. I don't know what's going on in your game. And so yeah, but yeah, it's a good game, man. It has some weird pieces because it's Assassin's Creed, but other than that, I've been enjoying it. So,
welcome to the show, Nia. She said, she missed the what you been gaming on jiggle. My bad. You want me to play it again? Hold up. For your listening pleasure, I will play it again. There you go. Yeah. Keith, what you been gaming on?
It's time for
all right, that's all you get, Nia. All right, we done. Now let's go. So go ahead, Keith, what you been gaming on?
Oh man, the only thing I've been gaming on is this Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh yeah,
man. And again, it's really good. Like if you like the Star Wars movies, like they got the environment, the vibe down, the sounds. Because I put in with my headphones on the PC, and they got the sounds down. Like even when you pulling out your lightsaber, and then when you putting it up, it just feels really, really good. And the difficulty that you play it on, people have likened it to like the Souls games, and it's true. Like you can get your butt handed to you. Like you be looking for the meditation points. Like you be looking for them, but that just makes you step your game up. I think I'm playing like right above normal, so I'm playing like the next highest difficulty, but it's pretty good.
Okay,
and that's all I've been gaming on.
All right.
That's dope.
D2K, that's what's up. D2K, what you been gaming on, bro?
Been bouncing back from a lot of different games. I did start on, I think I talked about last time, I started on the Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of the first Yakuza game. And I've gotten maybe halfway through the game, and I'm not really digging it.
Really?
It's kind of it feels empty. It doesn't have the same, I don't know if soul's the right word, but it has the same charm as the first one did. It just seems like a quick money grab. It's like they just copied and paste the first one into this one, and I think that the whole story, or the whole idea of Kiryu, who's the main protagonist, always getting some kind of crime blamed on him, that whole motif, it gets kind of old after a while, because it's like over and over again, something bad happens and somehow he gets blamed for it, and then he winds up having to go to jail, then he gets out, then he gets blamed for somebody else getting killed, and he goes to jail. It's like, how many times can you do that? And then just the storyline itself is kind of deep, because the guy who's basically like his brother, who grew up in the orphanage with him, who was raised by a high-ranking member of the Yakuza, basically turns on him in this particular.
Oh man! Spoiler alert!
It's just shown right away. It's not a question.
Yeah,
but
we know
he
the princess gets stole, K-Bub.
Right.
Spoiler.
Yeah, but he's basically trying to rescue this little girl from this other crime syndicate that's part of basically the Tojo clan or Toho clan, however you pronounce it, is a hierarching body over the entire Yakuza in Japan. And there's many different families within that banner, I should say, that all have their own little branches, have their own little families. The the protagonist's brother, his name is Nishiyama. He gets his own family after Kiru goes to prison for 10 years for basically taking the rap for him because he killed the actual captain of the family that they believed that they belonged to. And he saw him in there with the gun because the guy basically raped his sister.
Wow.
And so he killed him. But he knew what was going to happen, so he told him to take his sister and get out of here, and they did. And they police ran up in there and arrested him, and put him in prison for 10 years. But while he's in jail for 10 years, he starts getting jealous because the guy that took them in basically wanted to make Kiru, be his successor, but they basically gave it to him out of default, and he's making mistake after mistake after mistake. And he's basically like, man, this wouldn't have happened if I had Kiru as the lieutenant or whatever. So that starts to build up to him. He starts resenting him, and finally he snaps, and he goes nuts. And by the time Kiru gets out of prison, now he's completely turned heel. And but on the side part of all this, the Yakuza 0, there's another person that you're playing as named Goro Majima, who's another protagonist. It's like two different stories going on at the same time. They kind of intersect a little bit, but not much. In this game, he's kind of like a sidebar character where he shows up to fight you because you've been in jail for so long and now all of your skills are rusted. Now he's got to learn all his fighting skills and get it back up to par.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, so this guy, Majima, comes up and he pops up out of sewers and he's hiding giant traffic cones and stuff like that and challenges you to fight so you can get your fighting powers back. But it's an interesting story. From the storytelling standpoint, it's interesting, but it does get kind of old after a while with him. The motif gets old after a while. Other than that, I play a little Halo Wars 2. I'm trying to understand how that works. I'm not quite comfortable playing that. I can play Halo Wars 1 with my eyes closed. I can just use muscle memory. I can play that game. 2 is completely different. It's the same, but it's not the same. It feels weird. I just can't explain why it's weird. And for some reason, there was an update for Halo Master Chief Collection on Xbox. I guess Halo 2 was going to be added to the Master Chief Collection on the PC, but there was a download also for the Xbox version, which ruined everything. I don't know what they did, but Halo 2 is completely buggy now on the Xbox version. It's almost unplayable, and nobody has any answers to the questions. So I don't know what's going on with that. And the last thing I want to talk about is that Streets of Rage 4. Man. Man, I mean, like for the first few seconds I started playing it, I'm like, this is okay. But then I started getting them combos and I'm like, oh, okay. And it just felt like I could just, all those memories from being in the arcades, being in the Pizza Hut, or being in the Chuck E. Cheese, and all that stuff, playing the video games and stuff, just came flooding back. Just like, oh man, this is what's missing. Oh, this is so missing. Yeah. The two characters I like the most are the white dude with the yellow hair and the beard, and
Axel,
and the girl with the guitar, Cherry. I think her name is Cherry. Yeah, those are my two favorites on the game so far. I got the furthest with the big dude with the arms, but I think it seems. Is it Axel?
No, Axel is the white guy.
Not Axel. I forgot his name is.
Lloyd or something. Floyd or something like that.
So, but yeah, I got the furthest with him before I stopped playing, but I actually enjoyed playing it with Cherry and Axel the most.
Okay. Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I'll just piggyback off of you with the whole Streets of Rage because that's what I played. I finally beat it and opened up all the other, I guess, menus in the game. So I enjoyed it. The final boss was dope. I thought all the storyline was, I mean, for a beat 'em up, it's a good beat 'em up storyline. I definitely enjoy what's his name? I think it's Adam. I think that's who I use. Is dude named Adam. Cherry's dad. What's his name? I think it's Adam. But I use him and I beat it with my daughter. But this is a funny thing. I told her she was supposed to go to bed. I said, well, we can stay up and you can play until we finish this last game. And if we die, you got to go to bed. So she ended up dying. and normally I end up dying too. But this particular night, I don't know, I was just in the zone. I ended up beating the game, so she had to watch me beat the game for 30 minutes. And then when I finished, I said, well, go to bed. She's like, wait a minute, we didn't. I was like, no, that's it, the game over. So, but
wow, no, great daddy.
Yeah, well, it was like 12 o'clock, man. She had to go to bed. So I beat that. I also bought, and I haven't played it yet, but it looked interesting. It's called Hypercharged Unboxed. And what it is a first-person shooter, K-Bum. I bought a first-person shooter, man. I had a little extra currency.
Oh, you ain't no good at that.
I know, but I bought it. So anyway, it's a first-person shooter, but it's set in like a Atari world. Like, it's playing on your childhood when you had little.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a cool looking game.
And it looked pretty cool. So
what's the name of it again?
It's called Hypercharged Unboxed. And the visuals are nice. I think it's on all 3 platforms, so you don't have to, if you got a Switch or Xbox or a PlayStation, you can get it from either one of those platforms. It's only like $19. So I downloaded, but I haven't played it yet. So I look forward to playing that. But what else did I play? Outside of that, that's pretty much it. That's all I played this week. I've been back at work, folks. I ain't got a chance to play no games. But anyway, so let's get into these topics because that's what y'all are here for. And we going straight in because I just put these in order and I gave them all a number, so we ain't got to figure out what we're going to talk about. So the first thing we talking about tonight, and we finna go in on this conversation, and we can kind of piggyback into topic 3 if y'all want to from here. It's the Unreal Engine 5 tech demonstration for the PlayStation 5. That happened, when was this? 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken? Or was it yesterday?
That was yesterday, right?
Okay, so yesterday, Epic Games with Unreal Engine 5 did a demonstration, a tech demonstration, real time, actual gameplay, running on the PlayStation 5. So let's first get our thoughts about the demonstration, and then we'll go into other aspects of the conversation. But so I'm gonna throw this at K-Bum first. K-Bum, when you saw this demonstration from Epic Games, Unreal Engine 5, what were your thoughts?
My initial thought when I saw the demo, the tech demo, was Level gonna hate this. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
This dude right here, bro.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
that's the second thing you said. That's what you're trying to say? That's the second thing you said? Go ahead.
All right, let me get for real. My bad. Let me get for real. No, so when I saw the demo, when I saw the tech demo, and I saw it, and when they first showed the lighting, I was like, wow, this is what I was expecting when I was hearing about next gen. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but they were talking about this is going to be a bigger leap than one of the biggest leaps that we've seen ever. That they've been quoting that for a while now. And then when Xbox had their thing, I'm like, what you talking about, Willis? I didn't see what they were talking about. And then when this came out, I'm like, oh, is that what they talking about? Because that is a leap right there. And so the lighting was spectacular. The textures on the rocks was incredible. I was blown away. I was quite surprised. I didn't expect. I was hoping the game would show something like this, but off the Xbox, I was kind of I put my hypeness kind of back in the box. But this was quite surprising for me, seeing this video and seeing how it looked. So I thought it was a good showing. I thought them kind of going over some of the features and what makes it unique was huge. Actually explained that. They said the word triangle a whole bunch of times. But other than that, it was it was a very impressive demo. I'll cut it off short and just say it was a very impressive.
We gonna get
demo.
it in on this topic. So yeah,
I know that's why I'm gonna stop. That's why I'm gonna stop right now. That's why I'm gonna stop early. He says it's very impressive. I thought it looked really cool. It looked really nice. And I thought Epic did a good job of kind of just sneaking this in under us and just saying, boom, here's where it's at.
Now, in the live chat, man, make sure y'all share y'all thoughts. What did y'all think about the Unreal Engine 5 tech demo? Let us know what you thought, how you felt about it. But Keith, coming around to you, bro. When you initially, because you the one, I think you the one shared it, if I'm not mistaken, because I didn't even know this was up. But
Probably.
yeah, so what was your thoughts when you initially watched the tech demonstration?
All right, so you got to understand that I'm coming from inside Xbox.
Okay.
So my initial reaction is this gameplay?
Well, hold up, man. Y'all gotta stop dumping. Anyway, go and do what you do, because we gonna have this conversation. Y'all gotta stop dumping on Xbox, man. Y'all some dirty dudes. Go ahead.
No, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, is this gameplay? And then I was thinking, like, man, what they do is like upscale Tomb Raider, because that's what I initially thought. Like, oh, this is like Tomb Raider. But then I think I heard somebody say, I think I was reading, like, on YouTube you look at the chat or whatever. I think somebody said it was a tech demo. This isn't a real game or whatever. And I just kept watching. I wasn't really necessarily listening to what they were saying. But I was just watching, trying to see, like, is this next gen? And like K-Bone said, this looked amazing. Like the lighting, the reflections, the textures, everything just looked amazing. And like when she jumped off the cliff, I was like, man, please fly. And she, and she did. She flew all the way to the little portal or whatever. But I'll keep it brief right there. But my initial reaction was, this looks really, really good. And this is probably the first time we've seen gameplay from these two consoles that we've been being hyped for.
Nia, we gonna get into it. Just hold your horses. We gonna get to where you at. Anyway, D2K, what was your thoughts when you first saw this tech demonstration? Yes, go ahead, D2.
Well, it's kind of interesting because a couple of days ago, before I ever knew that this was even coming out, I was thinking to myself, just exactly what the power of these new consoles will be able to do in terms of tessellation, which is basically another word for polygon count. Because the whole thing about how it works is that, when you make a model, you make a character, you model it in a program like ZBrush or Mudbox or Blender or something like that, and you basically make it look as real as you could possibly make it look. And then you basically make what's called a normal map from all the detail, from all like the pores and the bumps and the cracks and all that type of stuff that makes it look real. You make what's called a normal map. Then you take a low poly version of that character and you take those textures and put it on top of it to trick your eyes and to make it look like it's more detailed than it actually is, but it's not eating up all of your RAM. And that's a trick that they've been using for years because the technology was not powerful enough to run it the way that it is. Now we have consoles that are powerful enough to where you can actually just make the characters or make the objects that detailed without using tricks, because you have enough RAM, you have enough speed, and all the other stuff to be able to handle all of that processing. So I was thinking, I'm hoping that that's what was going to be happening, and then lo and behold, that is precisely what they said during the tech demo. Was that it's precisely I should say that's what they were saying on Digital Foundry Breakdown. Right. Specifically, that's what they were saying that it will be able to do with these new consoles. And from that standpoint, looking at it because I'm part of the tech side of it, I was very impressed with what I was seeing, and I was like, this is definitely where games are going to be in a few years. I don't think it's going to be there right off the bat, But I think that what we saw is definitely going to be hit, and I think they're going to surpass it probably by the end of the console cycle.
Okay. Um, so I guess it's my turn. So when Keith uploaded it, I was at work. I was kind of salty being at work, and so I was looking for something to cheer me up. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I initially saw it, without getting into what I feel about it personally, and things that we're gonna go into, just my initial take, I thought it was Tomb Raider. I was like, man. I said, Unreal Engine has got Tomb Raider. How they pull this off? Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like Tomb Raider. If you ever played Tomb Raider, some like that setting looked exactly like something out of Tomb Raider. And I noticed the lighting. Now it was streaming, so it wasn't that great. So I was like, this looks cool. It's very, it looks cool. But then when I saw the actual, when they uploaded to where it wasn't being streamed, I was like, wow, that's impressive. So I liked the statues. I was trying to keep up with all the triangles that they was talking about, and everything like that. So I was like, man, this is dope. I can't front. This looks nice. And I thought it was they was going to announce a real game. So when she walks up to the cliff and she snaps her finger and it starts to glow, and then she just falls off the cliff and then she starts flying, I'm like, man, this is crazy. So my initial take is the demonstration was dope. Definitely the best demonstration we have seen thus far with anything that's supposed to be representing next generation. So my initial take is I was highly impressed. Well, let me turn that down a little bit. I was impressed with the demonstration. It looked like Tomb Raider on steroids. That's what it looked like to me. So staying with this topic, and we're gonna kind of roll the top number 3. The topic of number 3 has Sony seized the momentum. We're gonna roll that into this conversation. So everybody listening, topic 3 is gonna roll into topic 1. So we can just keep going. So now sitting down, there was something that happened in the presentation with Unreal, with Epic, that sent red flags for me. So we all agreed that the demonstration was great. Everyone here thought the demonstration was handled well. But there was a red flag for me, and I want to get y'all thoughts. I had a problem, and I'm just gonna put it out there because we have kind of aired this out offline and on Google Hangout, so we bringing it to y'all faces. So brace yourself. I had a problem with Epic in the statement they made. This was made possible by the PlayStation 5's breakthrough technology with solid state drives. I had a problem with that line. I saw a lot of red flags with that line, and we need to hash this out today. Tonight, we gonna get this in. Now, let me explain.
Round 1.
I had a problem. I'm just being real. This ain't got nothing to do with, this ain't got nothing to do with no Sony hate. None of that. This is just my antennas. When I heard that line, this is what I heard. Blast processing. That's what I heard. I'm like, oh, there go that line. There go that little itch for everyone to run and start screaming how Sony won. And exactly what I thought, it happened. Everybody's running. Sony won. Sony got it. Microsoft suck. Look, this is what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, but bro, this system is going to be on both platforms. I'm pretty sure what they doing here can be done on the solid state drive on the Xbox Series X. So I'm not gonna lie. That part rubbed me many ways wrong. I felt violated. My ears felt mishandled. And I need to get some feedback from you guys and the people in the comment section. Let's hash this out. Do y'all believe Epic on that one line that this was only possible because of Sony's...
It didn't...
He said this was made possible.
It was
by
made
the
possible
breakthroughs from Sony's
SSD.
custom SSD.
Yep.
That part we gotta hash this out. Go ahead. Whoever wants the floor.
Who want? I mean, I would love to take it first, but I will graciously
take this first one.
Let somebody else take hold of this. Because I'm already deemed as the Sony lover, so anything I say is gonna be deemed through those eyes.
We love everything here, so we all own all the platforms. For most of us do.
Okay.
So go ahead. You got the right
let's hop right into this. I'm gonna be very quick. I
told you we weren't gonna wait.
This engine will be on this engine will be on PS4. It will be on cell phones. It will be on tablets. The Unreal Engine
on Switch.
On the Switch. It is on every system. That is no lie, no joke. It will absolutely be there. But when we're talking about development, when we're talking about looking at how to improve their engine, the Unreal Engine 4, and move to the next gen, I can believe that Sony had a hand in this, because this is not anything new. If you go back to the PS4 and you talk and you look at their when they introduced the PS4, all they had up there were developers talking about how what they needed, what they wanted, what they needed in a console to make their life easier to produce better games. And Sony worked hand in hand with many of those developers and took their feedback to make sure that the PS4 had what they wanted. I see no difference in this, that Sony, which put so much time and so much effort in their SSD, they have put a lot of research and development into this SSD, and I can completely see that this could have helped or gave credence to what Epic was able to do in their new engine, because they saw this and they were able to streamline and get data faster and quicker through the SSD, and it was like, wow, that allowed them to develop these new pieces for the engine, but it doesn't make it a Sony exclusive. And I think what's been going on is that people have been tying that saying to the fact that saying that's exclusively a Sony thing. No, it's not exclusively a Sony thing. But just like there was something that the cell processor on the PS3 that was able to do, and that it created for some developers some pieces of tech and code that it was able to grant them to be able to do quicker and faster on the PS3, was because of the cell processor that was in that system. I don't see this as well. Part of this is also marketing. I truly believe this is marketing as well. I kind of said,
I'm glad you finally gone.
No, I said that. I said it can be both. It can be both.
Yeah,
this is marketing.
Definitely,
it's both. It's a reason why they say Unreal Engine 5 /
I want to say so bad. Go ahead.
Let me finish. I'm gonna hand it off to whoever got the word. This point. It's the reason why it says Unreal Engine 5, PlayStation 5. That's all marketing. The Unreal Engine will be on every system. This is marketing. But that doesn't mean that statement has less value. And that's the piece that I want to get at, is that it does not mean that. And to say that, no, they did not create this breakthrough because of the SSD, means that you have inside information, or is pure speculation. And that's the piece, because I don't know if it did, but I also don't know. I don't have information to say that it did not. And so that's the piece I want to say. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna hand it to someone else.
Oh man, I know some of what I want to say gonna get out, but who got it? Keith, go ahead, Keith. Go ahead. Go ahead. Share your thoughts. Go.
Listen, I'm not siding with. Listen, he pretty much said it all. Yeah, okay, marketing, sure, but the thing is, what they were saying is they were dealing with the PlayStation 5. They were messing with the SSD. Can you just imagine, like, hey, we got this new technology. Let me see what it can do. That's it. It's not the PlayStation 5 is top tier, better than the Xbox Series X or anything like that. At least that's what I did. I didn't get that from that. When I saw a tech demo, Epic Engine, I'm thinking, okay, this is an engine that you build things on top of. It's a tool. It's a platform. As I was saying in the group chat, since we both do music, it's a DAW. Just something that you can apply things with, and then they are responsible for giving us the tools to do the greatest work that we could possibly do, and that's all I saw from it. So YouTubers and people on Twitter took it and ran with it and used it as console war bait, and nobody said that. Nobody.
That's what it was, man. That's what it was, man. Go ahead, stop it. It ain't my turn.
It's not because I know some super extreme, and y'all probably know too, Xbox dudes who were mad about it and defending. Like, dude, it wasn't that serious. This is going to be on your console of choice too.
That's why I don't get. It's gonna be on every system. Why? How?
It ain't my turn.
It is marketing. It is marketing, and why it says PlayStation. Why they linked it? D2K said it, and I can't wait for D2K to get his piece. He actually said it in the Hangout that Unreal, that Sony was smart by getting Unreal because they will tie this to their system. It's the same thing they do with when Xbox DLC, when Call of Duty was releasing DLC first on the Xbox. They had it as if it was an Xbox exclusive, but Call of Duty on every system. They're just releasing it quicker on their system. It's marketing. But people are going to take it and believe what they want. So, okay, I said my piece. I'll step back. My bad.
Go ahead, D2. Go let say your piece on it.
Well, this is definitely a marketing strategy by Sony, and it's a very shrewd and a very calculated attack, if you will, against Microsoft. Because if Inside Xbox had not have happened, this would not have nearly the weight that it does now.
Oh my God!
Good point.
He go. I preach.
Good point.
Because you said everything I'm gonna say.
They crapped the bed so hard that there was nothing that Sony could do really wrong in this situation. And I think that the sad part about this is that when you look at Inside Xbox or you look at that tech demo, neither one of these are accurate descriptions of what you're going to see on launch day for either one of those consoles.
True.
Yep.
What you saw with Inside Xbox were games that were already in development or already released for the current generation that have been ported over to the Xbox Series X, as well as the PlayStation 5, as well as the PC. Nothing that you saw was built from the ground up on the Xbox Series X. And what you saw from that tech demo was something that we will see someday on both consoles. But someday. But you are kidding yourself if you think that any launch title for the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5 will look anywhere close to that.
Yep.
And those, I think it was the guy, Blunty, the guy that you put this video up in. He was talking about how this tech demo was created basically in the corridor, to where everything was set up to go. It's not on rails, but everything was careful. It wasn't as open as it looked to our eyes. So it's real easy to make things look as vast and beautiful in a tech demo than it is in the actual game. So it's going to take years before they can actually make a game that can do that. But I look at it like this. I'm old. Okay? I'm old. I've been around for a long time, and I've seen this before. I've seen this so many times over the years where you have a company that makes a deal with some other company, some other technological company, and they use them to push their new product. I can remember back in the early 1990s where you started to see commercials or news stories about Nintendo's relationship with Silicon Graphics and how you saw all these commercials talking about the next console from Nintendo is going to give you visuals that you see in Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park and all this type of stuff. And people immediately, you saw a bunch of kids say, oh, I can't wait to see the games look just like what I saw in Jurassic Park, look just like what I saw in Terminator 2. And people believed that the Ultra 64 was going to give them those graphics. And then we got the N64. It didn't look anything like that. And we've seen this over and over and over and over and over again, where we've seen tech demos showing us what a system is capable of doing, and the games sometimes look as good and surpass it. Sometimes they never come anywhere close. We
caught that, man.
We caught you, D2. Go ahead.
So I mean, you know, and you have to ask yourself a question. You know, why would they show something like this? And this is exactly what K-Bob was saying. It's marketing. Sony knew what Microsoft, the big misstep that Sony has built the foundation that's built out of diamond on the mistakes of Nintendo and now mistakes of Microsoft. Every time one of the other two makes a blunder, they cash in on it. Every time. Like clockwork.
They've gotten good at it.
They got good at it because they learned from the master, Nintendo.
Oh my God. I'm ready. I'm so... Oh, go ahead.
So, you know, I mean, for me, you know, in the actual statement, he actually said that, oh, yeah, by the way, you see the same graphics on the Xbox Series S. But anyway, back to Sony.
Oh my God, I want to come in so bad. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and let Level come in because you want to come in so bad. But you know, that's all I'm saying is that, you know, it was a true marketing move by Sony and Epic. Now people are definitely gonna want Unreal Engine 5 as it didn't already before. But now they're really gonna want it. People are really gonna want the PlayStation 5 because they're gonna associate those graphics with the PlayStation 5, even though it's not something that you're gonna see on any console for the next 2 years.
Right. All I want to say, because D2K basically said it all. All I want to add to it is Sony and Epic are masterminds at controlling narratives. Now, the red flag came in this, K-Bum, Keith. As soon as they made that statement about the breakthrough of Sony's SSD, I'm like, okay, they are doing a custom SSD that's going to make their system stream, you know, be able to upload stuff fast and seamless. But that's the same narrative. It wasn't that Microsoft had. It just didn't say it was custom, but the same ideal is happening over there. But I found it very peculiar that all the talking points that Mark Cerny made in their little press conference, Epic made in this video. Let's look at the two talking points that came from Mark Cerny. Was they custom SSD and what they were doing with audio. Did you notice both came up in this press in this showing and of this demonstration? He said the SSD that Sony has done made this possible. Now we know he could say it was only possible because that'll be a lie. So he said it made it possible, which is very misleading, and gives flames and fire and wind to the flame of those who are going to go out and counsel war over this narrative. And exactly what they did was what Mark Cerny was doing. Like I said, they cannot win the power argument because that's already settled. It's already proven that the Xbox Series X is more powerful from a just pound for pound than Sony. So what's the next thing? Is to control the narrative. So when he said that and then brought up the something about the sound, he touched on it, and he said even the sound that we're able to do. I'm like, dang, them both Sony talking points.
You do know he didn't talk anything about the sound, not even close to the sound that Sony was talking about.
He didn't go into it.
He was just talking about reverberations in the cave because of the light they're using to bounce the rays off of. They can bounce sound off of too. Just because he said the word sound doesn't equal
To
the
me, it's convenient. Let's put it like that. It's convenient. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But it's
I got a question for you, Level. Do you consider that? So GDC was canceled, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
That thing, that sleepy thing that Mark Cerny gave us.
Sleepy thing.
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow.
that this was also probably a part of it. That they're just taking it and just slicing it up. Like all of this information was supposed to be revealed a while ago.
If you will, I mean, I would agree with that, because if you remember the last time that they used they showed a Unreal tech demo was at Sony with the Sony Experience in 2013. Remember that the scene with the volcano and the lava and all that stuff, So, and that was part of the Sony Experience when they were talking about the PlayStation 4. So
yeah, I posted that in the Hangout. So yeah, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not saying that we just speculating. This is my speculation. I'm saying the timing was perfect. Microsoft fumbled with that little thing they did. We all said like it wasn't a crazy fumble, but it wasn't what we was hoping to see.
The comment about we gonna see gameplay was, but
yes, it was. Okay, so
Microsoft threw a pick six.
Yes. Now I'm looking at the timing. This came out of nowhere. They didn't announce it. They didn't give us no warm up to it. It just automatically came out of nowhere, right on the cuffs and the heels of Microsoft throwing the pick. They hadn't ran a touchdown. Sony caught that mug though, and it's like they felt like, okay, if we gonna move, we ain't seen a system, we ain't seen a controller, we ain't seen nothing. But all out of blue, a demo come up, this running on the PlayStation 5, made possible by Sony's custom SSD. I was like, whoa, that's very convenient. And then I looked at how the narrative switched just like that. And all of a sudden, which goes into our third conversation, Sony got all the momentum. They got it all. They haven't showed a game. They haven't showed a system. They barely even showed their controller. They ain't even talked too much. Like you said, sleepy dude, Mark Cerny. And so my thing is this. I'm not saying that it's not running on the PlayStation 5. I'm saying that we have seen this this smoke and mirror before. I'm saying it could be a smoke and mirror, but we've seen this play. And that's why I posted the Watchdog. They had a PlayStation controller on stage playing the game, and it wasn't really running on the PlayStation 4. But they had us hook, line, sinker with that watch. I remember me and you, K-Bum, sitting and talk about, bro, that's ridiculous. Yeah, man. And I remember I threw out, he's like, no, bro, that's real. And then it came out, none of that was all staged and fake. So my point is, Sony is masterminds at controlling narratives and controlling gamers' minds. Sony been masterminds at this for a long time. We didn't see Sony on there. We didn't see a PlayStation 5. We didn't even see a PlayStation controller. Nowhere in sight. All they said is this is running on a PlayStation, and that's all they needed. And then they pointed to that SSD, and now the SSD is for the make. And Keith, you saw me point it out. And I don't mean to use this person. Forget Super Metal Dave. Super Metal Dave is off his rocker. Everybody needs to stop giving that dude. Give us them views. Give us 43,000 views of this dude talking nonsense. He ain't been right on nothing he said. Y'all need to stop amping that boy up and stop making his head swell up to talk about. Anyway, let me stop. We ain't talking about Super Metal Dave. So the dude, who was it? What was his name? I like him.
Shadow Fox?
Not Shadow Fox. Keith, I posted him up in the thing. He does breakdowns and stuff. He real good.
Let me go back.
What's his name? Let me go back through the hangouts. I know Nia like, y'all kill me when y'all don't have the names.
What was he?
He was talking about he kind of be hanging with with OJ and all them. He Spuncast, that is.
Oh yeah, Spawn.
Spawn Wave. Is that what it is? Spawn Wave?
Where'd you get podcast from?
I don't know. I'm thinking they got that podcast together. But Spawn Wave, is that it?
Spawn Wave. Yeah.
Okay. He was talking about this video, this demonstration. And then he ended it on this. He said this very thing. It was amazing, but I don't know if Xbox can do that. I'm like, and I was like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what Sony is able to do with just a little bit of itch and like the analogy I use, they scratch your ear. Like we dogs, they masters, they scratch our ear and we fall in love. And I told Keith, no, I want a bath. Don't scratch my ear.
Let's recap though.
Okay.
Sony, and this is not all Sony exclusive. Like, I don't think anybody's shown except outside of today with Ghost, and the other word that I'm not going to try to mess up. Tony Hawk, and they showed another game with that, and then they showed this demo. So it's been all PlayStation all week. But the thing is, they've been showing like new gameplay. Tony Hawk is old, we know, but it's still got the mind share from PlayStation because they the ones that showed it with Activision. And then they showed Ghost today. So if they show something tomorrow, they gonna keep the mind share because they're showing stuff.
Right.
So level.
This, man. They masters, bro.
You want me to help y'all a little bit?
Go ahead.
What it sounds like to me.
Go ahead, man. Stop
what it sounds like to me is that you, my brother, you are hating the player.
No.
But what you need to do, sir, is hate the game. Because Sony knows how to play this game. And I'm telling you, and the thing is,
I agree with that.
Sony, I have completely said, I have said from the get-go that this was marketing. But it sounds like you're mad that they're so good at this marketing.
No, I'm not mad at them. It ain't about Sony. It's about us.
You gonna hate us for a long time because we gonna take stuff out of proportion. Video game Heard already said that people talking about, man, look at that PlayStation on there. That's not just PlayStation. We're talking about it's gonna run on all systems. Man, they know that we are gullible. They just showed us something that's not gonna be. They said this is not gonna be available till 2020. The engine itself is not gonna be ready until 2021, which means we're not seeing games with this engine until about 2022. But people are like, Sony won. Don't get mad at the player.
That's what I told. See, again, that's what I told you in the chat. I said this ain't as much about Sony as you think. I don't have Sony. That's what I said. I said it yesterday and I said it today. What Sony has on everybody else, including Nintendo, is Sony knows how to control mind share. They know how to market. They know how to market, message. Man. They know it.
Entertainment.
Nintendo, what they have is their first party, and they no matter what, Mario, Zelda, Metroid just does stuff for people, and that's gonna keep them in the game.
That other big N word.
Right. The big N word, nostalgia. Okay.
Nostalgia. Make sure people know. I wouldn't say that N word. Make sure
I had a thought about that though, K-Bum, real quick. Can it be nostalgia when we get Mario every year?
It's the just the sounds of
I think that even the fact that we get it every year is because of nostalgia, because they know that people will just tie into those nostalgic feelings, those heart flutters in the past, and they say, well, we can just keep going to the well over and over and over, even though you're just getting a copy and paste job. So definitely.
Well, because I look at a game like Streets of Rage 4, that's nostalgic to me. That's because that's it. Like you said, it took you back to the arcade. But anyway, we ain't talking about that. So Microsoft. He says she laughed out the N-word. Need to stop. So anyway, Microsoft. To me, this is what Microsoft's problem is. Microsoft trying to play fair when the game ain't fair.
They trying to be too real.
They trying to be honest.
Truthful.
Everything they give you is true, honest. Sony comes out, and that's why I said the demonstration was excellent. I loved it. I enjoyed it. As a gamer, the visuals pleased me, and I liked it. But when he made that line, I'm like, and D2K, you said it in the hangout right here. They knew what they was doing. They knew the boo-boo storm they was about to stir up. And it stirred up so fast that it started swelling on Twitter. It started swelling on YouTube. Everybody, I'm like, oh, man, here we go with this council war nonsense. They done got it right back up in 2 seconds. This was made possible by breakthroughs. I was like,
but does it make it not true?
I'm not saying it. I'm saying what I'm saying is it makes it seem like it's only true for Sony. That's my problem. It's true across the board with both them systems, but they make it like it's only true for Sony because that's the only argument Sony can have is their custom SSD, and it make the illusion that some kind of way the custom SSD is going to put them in lockstep with whatever Microsoft is doing. That's the argument.
Digital Foundry had already came out and said, but last time Sony did a press conference, and they were talking about teraflops. They came out and said, Digital Foundry came out and said that teraflops don't tell the whole story. And what they came out and said is that they, with an advancement, this is they're saying with advancement with the SSD, they can seeing Sony catching up with the raw power of the Xbox. So Sony is going to play into their strength. That is their best bet because they can't play into the raw power of the Xbox Series S because it's better. But if you have said, hey, this even though the numbers don't look the same, this puts us on par with the Xbox Series S, or even maybe even higher, then you're going to find ways and find people that's going to echo your saying. That does it make it true? Does it make it false? It doesn't make it either. But you're going to find people that's going to say it. And if this is a true statement, I think that's pretty cool for Sony that this was able to help gamers in general.
Let me send a shout out to Chariot Man Gaming. Welcome to the show. I am here. Again, there's no knock. I applaud Sony. Sony has showed themselves to be some real players. They some players. Them brothers is bad. Sony had no fight for a while. They was quiet. Man, look at this, man. Sony hasn't shown us nothing. No, they gave us the turtle that talks. That's what they did. They put a turtle out here and that talks real. They put Mark Cerny out here, Sleepy Doo, and that's it. All year long, all we heard was Sleepy Doo.
But what has Microsoft actually done to get us excited?
Well, this is what I would say. Microsoft showed their system. That's exciting. Microsoft showed Hellblade. Yeah, it was supposed to represent what's possible. That was exciting. Back at the video game war. Microsoft been all year long sharing ideas and aspects of their system.
Before you go, I just want to bring something up. I don't know if there's a way to do it, but I want to go back to what the sentiment was and what the climate was right after those Game Awards when we saw that Hellblade footage and listen to what people were saying about the Xbox Series X then and see if it matches up with what people were saying about the PlayStation 5 now.
Well, I would say this. I feel like people found more reasons to disbelieve Microsoft than they find to disbelieve what's been shown here with Sony. And I would say that much true. But the sentiments was I was going to post it in the Google Hangout, but I just didn't have time. But if you go back and you watch Digital Foundry, I will give Digital Foundry this. They did bring up the fact that while they were impressed with the tech at what they said on sheet, they broke down the demonstration of Hellblade. I mean, is it Hellblade? Yeah, Hellblade 2. And they was kind of disappointed that it wasn't like what we just saw, the demonstration from Unreal Tournament. So I would say Digital Foundry, at least they have been consistent. across the board. But fan wise, no, fan wise has always been, you're gonna have your side. You're gonna have your Xbox side, your Sony side. I was just saying, Sony pulled another one, man. I don't know how they pull them rabbits out their hat, but they do it, and it be so slick, and they just take control of this narrative in seconds. They like Sony, Microsoft came out, Sony comes out, we putting our system for $399. Took the just like that, they just took the narrative and then they owned Generation 8.
Exclusive from the game, man.
Right.
Exclusive.
I'm not knocking.
Let me use a reference. Remember Arms?
Yeah.
Arms came out, and I think Nintendo had another game that was a Splatoon that came out like right after, like a few weeks afterwards. Sony will give you some new stuff, and then they'll give you that one like The Last of Us or something. They always have it coupled with something like you got this tech demo, and then we got the exclusive today. You know what I'm saying? And then we already got The Last of Us 2 on our brains, so they have the mind share. Microsoft is not giving us that. Microsoft is giving us stuff that's going to be everywhere. So it's like I don't have any allegiance with Xbox per se, because I can play this anywhere. You're not making me say, oh, I gotta go get an Xbox. I gotta get the Xbox Series X. Like, they literally said that. Like, for the first year or 2 years, we're not gonna have any exclusives, even though we haven't any big coming up in July. But they're not swinging like that. They're just trying to be like, everybody come play with us, and Nintendo
they're trying to paint by numbers, and that game is played out. They can't do that anymore. They're gonna have to show us something that they didn't plan on showing us, and show it soon.
Yeah, they're gonna have to now. They definitely got to now, because Sony ain't showed us nothing, but they won some kind of way. They showed us nothing, and they won. I don't know.
But that's the thing, is that even though it doesn't, it's perception rules reality in this day and age.
Right.
And the perception is that the PlayStation 5 is better than the Xbox Series X. I mean, you got to give something tangible for people to sink their teeth into, and Microsoft hasn't done that yet. And until they do that, Sony's going to control the narrative. And this goes back to what I was saying initially, is that I believe that Microsoft and Sony are on different journeys to go to the same destination. I think that Microsoft is doing it one way, Sony's doing it a different way. I don't think the differences between what you see on either console are going to be even noticeable. There's going to be some games that look better with companies that work closer with each individual console manufacturer. People who are closer with Sony, their games are going to look better over there. People who are closer with Microsoft, their games will look better over there. It's nothing new. We've seen this for decades. So I think that people just need to stop getting swept up in the hype and just look at the substance of what you actually have. And unfortunately, the only substance that we have is the tech demo, but it's more than what we've gotten from Microsoft.
I agree, and that's why I was trying to say to you, K-Bub. And I know in the Google Hangout, you really can't. Words don't really give the full mind of what a person's thinking. My thing ain't at Sony. Sony doing what they supposed to do. Actually, in this conversation, I've gained even more of respect for how Sony moves. They calculated, like D2K said. They timing is impeccable. Like they look like Mike Tyson in these few clips we have seen of him lately. Them brothers are like, bro, we've been doing this. We know what we're doing. Microsoft better wake up, cause Microsoft will find themselves in fourth place, cause something else. Mess around and let Stadia mess around. And Microsoft, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say, I believe Microsoft has a great system on their hands. I believe they know they do. They just don't know how to show us. Probably because, like D2K said, there is nothing for neither one of these companies to show us right now that's going to demonstrate just how bad. But they better find a tech demo or something and make something tomorrow and post that stuff up Saturday. To offset, because Microsoft, if they wait too long, Sony gonna win this thing and ain't even showed nothing yet.
They're gonna have to go to somebody, because all these companies are gonna have their own next gen engines. I mean, the EA is gonna have another engine. all these other companies going to have engines. They need to go find somebody else that has their next gen engine and then partner with them and show what they can do based off of that. And they need to showcase the things that are unique to the Xbox Series X, right? And have them do the same thing that Sony did. This is. Go ahead.
I would go with what's the one? I thought that it was what's the studio that makes Tomb Raider?
Square Enix now.
Square Enix, yes, that's what I was trying. They should have. Remember, Square Enix had that demo that was dope, but we thought it was going to become, a game, but it never did. They did to it. They need to go. To me, they should go to Square Enix and have them to put together like a Tomb Raider demo running on the Xbox Series X, similar to that, or something, or someone, or Halo, something. They better.
It got to be in-house. It got to be in-house. It got to be in-house. You only gonna get this on Xbox.
Yeah, they better do something. They better do it fast.
Or they need to buy a franchise that's been dormant but people still love and make it exclusive for the Xbox Series X and show it in the best graphics possible.
Right. They got to move now because Sony came in and just swept in like a tornado out of nowhere and just wrecked shop and said, all right, all that talk you did, we done left it in shambles and bricks. Now pick all that up and fix it, and we're going to move on down the road. So
they came in like Randy Orton, RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah, bro, because that storm swept in fast, and all you saw was destruction. Microsoft M over there, I over there, just terrible. But anyway, so let's move on. So let me ask this last question. Well, we pretty much answered it. So has Sony seized the momentum?
Yep.
It's gonna give you a laugh. He didn't give you a response. Just a laugh.
All right. So let's move on.
Snatch that momentum.
Right. So
running down the street.
So Stan was so they look like Forrest Gump when he was running down. Anyway, let's move on. So Sony State of Play. I haven't got a chance to see this. I know y'all posted, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. So they showed Ghost from what I'm seeing. I only saw a little bit of it. What was y'all impressions?
I will start this one off. My initial impressions of this game. First of all, the stream was like 480p or something or lower. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was weird.
And I'm watching this game and I'm like, I literally dozed off. I was like, this is boring. Because I wasn't really fully listening. I was just watching it, just trying to see if I can just get an experience. And I literally dozed off. It wasn't until I talked to D2K and K-Bomb, and they were going to go into it, that they changed my perspective, But I'm going to let them talk about that. But Sony got another one on their hand. Just put it like that.
Okay.
Another one.
Look, this ain't, what's his name?
DJ Cal, another
Cali,
one.
Man.
Another one.
I can't stand DJ Khaled. Go ahead, man.
D2K,
go ahead, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I said this in the group chat, but I'll say it on the show. To me, the game looks absolutely phenomenal. To me, it basically looks like if Breath of the Wild and Red Dead Redemption had a baby, but it was raised by Assassin's Creed.
Wow. Now
I love that.
Want to go see this thing?
That's pretty much what the game, and you can see elements from all three of those games in this little footage that they show. And it just is one of those games where you can kind of just get lost in the ambiance in the game. And I like games like that, where it's not loud, it's not in your face, it's slow paced, but it's still not so slow that you can, it gets boring. It's fast enough to where you still stay engaged, but it's slow enough to where you can actually enjoy and appreciate all the hard work that's done in the environment that's around you. You can look at the grass, you can look at the flowers, you can look at the trees, you can look at the terrain, you can look at, the creatures that might be running around and stuff. And games like that are important from an artistic standpoint, because I'm an artist, so I understand what it takes to actually do all that type of stuff, just to conceive it, let alone actually execute. But games like this are good, so you actually can appreciate that and kind of just get lost in the world. It does let you enjoy the game on a different level, where you can immerse yourself in the atmosphere of the game, versus being in a game where everything's blowing up and people are screaming and shouting and everything's flying all over the place. Those games are fun too, but everything, you need to have a cool-down game, too. And this game, like I said, has a lot of elements from Red Dead, a lot of elements from Breath of the Wild, a lot of elements from Assassin's Creed, all wrapped into one. And I think this could be a franchise that can fuel Sony for many, many years to come if it's successful.
I'm going to add one more. The wind is howling from The Witcher.
All right, K-Bum, what's your thoughts?
Man,
it's a Sony night, bro.
I know, man. I come back and it's Sony night. No, legit. So no, I thought it was good. I think they've done a great job of showing this game. They've been showing this game several times. I think each showing of it has done pretty well. Displaying like just the subtleties of the game. I like the fact that it's very minimalistic type of game. There wasn't a HUD. There wasn't wasn't a lot of stuff on the screen, and even the way that they used to guide you to your next point, which using both animals and birds to guide you to your to a hidden treasure or something on the map. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a really good idea.
The wind too.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. It's something unique. It's something different. It's not just the same run the mill type of game gameplay with that. So I was impressed by that because it's not trying to be what's on the market. It's trying to be a little bit different. It's trying to look like it's trying to stay true to some of its Japanese origins, which I enjoy. But
and we kind of made a joke in the group chat about how this is something that we were expecting to see eventually from Assassin's Creed, a game that was based in feudal Japan. And I made the comment of saying that, well, that's usually what happens. You sit on something for too long thinking it's sweet. Somebody comes and they beat you to the punch. Now, when I said that, I wasn't really thinking about it. I just was making a statement, but I didn't realize that this game is actually made by Sucker Punch. And I'm like, oh. that was creepy to me. Like, that
was pretty good. Good one, man. But yeah, this game has been on my radar and on my list of. I'm gonna get this one. One of mine was like, should they have held this off for like a lunch with the PlayStation 5, or at least do it cross-gen, which I bet they're gonna do. That this game probably end up on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. But yeah, this is definitely something I'm picking up. Now I haven't watched this particular presentation, but the last one they showed was enough because we was questioning, did this look like next gen? So the colors was vibrant and alive and just glowing off the screen, and the little face off he had with whatever the woman he was dealing with, and then they end up fighting the other dudes there. Like, I'm there for all that, but I want to see this one. I think Ubisoft messed up because Ubisoft want to stick with a certain aesthetic, and I won't go deep into that, but like they kind of broke away from that with Assassin's Creed Origin, but then they went right back to that similar. And it's like, dude, it's other cultures out here with other skin tones that you might be able to get some good stories out of. You don't always have to go to the same skin tone. I ain't trying to make this race, but I like the fact that other cultures are being represented and explored. Not to say that they're not representing different cultures, but it's always with the same group of people. And but I did like, that's why I was so intrigued by Origin. And when they went back to Odyssey, I was like, we've been there, done it. Even though that's probably a great game, we've been there, done that several times. Let's kind of go into some of these other cultures that might do some different things that you ain't able to do in games. But I know a lot of people don't like to touch on that stuff, but here we try to keep it real. But anyway, so I'm going to check Ghost out. We saved the best for last. Y'all been waiting for us to talk about this all day. You know you have. Paper Mario. No, it's fair. Stop. So anyway.
Who?
So Paper Mario. So we ain't getting out of here without talking about Mario. Some Mario showed up we got to talk about. So Paper Mario, the Origami. Origami King. I'm glad you're here, D2 and Keith. I'm not saying that right. Paper Mario, the Origami King. What did y'all think? I ain't never played. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all gonna be shocked. I have played very little of Paper Mario on any particular game. So this might be my first entry into a Paper Mario game. But go ahead, Keith. What your thoughts on it? My daughter's down here making all type of noise with her tablet.
Why me? Because I'm a Nintendo guy. Listen.
Yes. Go ahead.
It was good. It was and you know how I looked at it. I looked at it as like what Microsoft and Sony's been doing, and it looked like a very good balance of like video or scripted video and gameplay. You know, I was like, man, Nintendo knows how to do it, man. Just give you a little bit of gameplay, give you a little bit of cinematic. You know what I'm saying, and let you go. I'll probably more than likely will not pick this game up, but it does look good. But I think it was the one on the Wii or the GameCube. It was one of them that I heard that it had a really, really good, deep storyline. And actually, I think I had the one on the Wii, and I think that was the one where Luigi was like, dude was on another level. You had to check that one out, but he was on another level. Like he was talking sideways. I was like, Nintendo? But yeah.
All right, K-Bum, what's your thoughts on Paper Mario? You know, wake up, K-Bum. That's what Nia's saying. Wake up and answer these questions. What's your thoughts on this Paper Mario? Are you getting it? Are you copping it? Are you going out tomorrow to put it on pre-order? What you doing?
One thing, what game are we talking about again?
I posted that game in the Hangout, man. Don't be playing with me, man. You saw all the other posts. You saw that Mario post.
Nah, bro, I did not, bro.
All right, I'll send it to you in now. Anyway,
I'll just no, you don't worry about sending it.
see how you act? We have a Sony day, and then all of a sudden now we can't talk about nothing else.
Okay,
y'all
man.
See how he is, people. At least I'm balanced with mine. I play my PlayStation.
I do.
I actually play my PlayStation.
I do play Switch, man. I will never play a Paper Mario.
Okay.
That game I was talking about, Nia said is 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah, I heard about that one. They say they do say that's the one with the best storyline. Thanks, sister. The video game. Her. D2K, do you want to say anything about Paper Mario, or is we finished? Is we done?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna watch Arlo's video about Paper Mario because I know he's a big Paper Mario fan.
Yeah, I like Arlo too. I remember when I discovered him. He's one. I kind of got away from the crumb side of things. I started following people that actually enjoy what they're talking about. So anyway, well, I think we had a good podcast. We clearly established that Sony are masterminds with controlling the narrative. Don't let them trick you guys. Don't let them fool you. No, I'm just playing. Sony, they got y'all already. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna let these dudes sign out.
I did want to say one piece. So I forgot something. So on the what we've been gaming on topic, there was another piece, and I forgot about it until all the Nintendo talk kind of remind me. So what what I was also gaming on for Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
For Mother's Day, I was over by my mom's house with my brother, his 3 kids, and we were all sitting around playing Mario Kart for the Switch, and that was legit fun.
You threw your Pro away. He's like, man, this stadium
so
is
we were
pro
playing
trash.
Mario Kart. We were
trash, man.
I'm trying to get some kudos to Nintendo. I need for you to just let it happen.
You said you threw it away.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen,
okay,
bro. Just
right,
let me. All right, cool. So we was over there playing the Switch, playing Mario Kart, doing the 4 screen. The 4 screens. Local player, 4-player, whatever. And man, we had a blast. And those kids kicked my butt, but we had a blast. Enjoyed myself. And then they actually popped out Luigi's Mansion 3. And then I left because I wasn't playing that. But the Mario Kart was legit. That was fun. I had a blast doing it, man. It was fun. And props to Nintendo for still doing local 4-player local play. kudos to them still doing it, still keeping it fun, allow the family to play together. Thanks Nintendo for that.
All right, so K-Bum showed a little love to Nintendo, and he didn't blow up. So he might speak up a little bit more next time.
We had fun, man. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was legit fun.
I know Nintendo is a fun company.
Mario Kart, it's legit fun.
Splatoon was fun too. I remember you was having fun on that for a little while. I mean,
yeah, because I kept having to save y'all. Anyway.
See how he look at him. Look at him.
Good times.
You know, see how he throw the shade at us, Keith. Anyway,
what's up?
Yeah,
no, Keith was holding his own. Keith was holding his own. My bad, Keith.
Oh, so I wasn't. I thought I was doing pretty good. So anyway, so we're gonna get out of here. We perfect timing, 9:08. I gotta go. But we thank y'all for tuning in and spending this little time with us. I'm gonna let these dudes sign out, starting with my boy, my friend, my homie, Mr. K-Bum 20. Go ahead.
Oh, we still cool? Oh, that's dope. Hey, y'all. So enjoy this podcast. Enjoy to be back. It was a blast. Thank you guys for the comment section. Keeping it hype. Thank you. I'll let Level run through everybody that was in there because I don't want to miss nobody. People get mad. But we appreciate you guys. I appreciate getting everybody here, man. D2K, Keith, and Level, man. And enjoy themselves, man. Thanks for the podcast. Appreciate it.
All right, Keith. What's your thoughts, bro?
Man, number one, shout out to Jedi Knight. We didn't forget about him. Number two, Sony always win. No.
I've been, you took it. I've been waiting to say that all. Oh, go ahead.
No, man. It was a good podcast, man. The future's looking bright. Can't wait to see more tech demos that turn into real games. That's all I got.
All right, Mr. D2K.
You know he don't do that.
I know, I'm just messing with him. Anyway, I want to send out a shot to LT1984, to Cowboy Fan 404. Give Dak his money, man. To the video game her, always a joy when you come through. We feel special when you come through. It's like we got a famous person in our live chat. We don't know how to act when Nia come through. Anyway, and who else? Chariot Man Gaming. And,
Chariot Man.
Thank you for he always been loyal and supportive of us, so we appreciate you, bro. And D2K and Keith and I told you when Nia jump in here, man, it just gets lit. But we like to thank all you guys for and girls from jumping on and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Share this with your friends. Post this on Twitter. We're trying to build up our viewer count again, man. I know we've been slacking in these streets, but help us build this thing back up. And till next time, deuces.